Is that better?
Ooh, I can see movement now.
Okay. How about now? It looks like we're running into some connection issues. This is great.
They're a little behind us, too.
Well, I think that fixed it. There it is. All right. Awesome.
You
Fantastic.
can hear us.
All right. Well, the first half of that was junk, so
Yeah. Yeah, it was boring. You just keep talking the whole time. So
it was really bad. It was me so just welcoming everybody to the podcast. I appreciate that, Billy. Thank you for letting me know that I looked stupid there. Thank you so much.
Just a big shout out to everybody that's been helping out lately. I know Lieutenant Roses has picked up a lot of temp work, so the help we usually get from his PRNs has been reallocated to the new temp stuff, which is what they're for. Everybody that stepped up with us being a little short-staffed, we appreciate it, especially today. We had a pretty rough day for coverage, hence why we are late. We had to get all our bases covered before we could come do the promotional stuff. We got to make sure we take care of clients and our officers before we come do this. Is kind of our extracurricular fun activity we get to do, and that's kind of what Coop was talking about in the beginning there, is we appreciate everybody's hard work so that it makes all of this possible, so we can share fun information with you guys, watch videos, stuff like that. We are planning on doing a breakdown of a video twice a month.
So the way this is going to kind of break down a little bit in the future is there's more than likely going to be 8 or 9 shows a month, 2 per week, every Monday and every Friday. Time frames will fall anywhere between 2 and 3, hopefully along with coverage and everything looks good and we can get away. And there's going to be 2 or 3 videos where it's just me and McFarland and we're just chatting, we're just here having a good time, talking about something work related, non-work related, things like that. We'll have 2 of the reaction videos a month, maybe 3, depending on how well you guys like those or how many videos you guys send us. We'll have a couple of videos with guests, and it will range from our chief of security to the owner of the company down to you guys in the field. We'll have a couple of you guys on here as well in the future to just kind of give us your perspectives and stuff. So that'll kind of happen, and we'll start to rotate through and bring supervisors on and things like that. So we're hoping to do about 8 to 9 videos a month and kind of get this stuff out there for you guys to enjoy with us.
Are we going to talk about this?
I think we're talking about that Monday.
Oh, so we're waiting on this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep it hidden out of view.
Well, I mean, you showed it anyway, but not all of it.
Just a little fun thing, I think, for Appreciation Week. There's a little spinner here with some cool prizes.
So it's a little, what do they call it? Like a not Jeopardy wheel. What's the wheel?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of
So it's got a bunch of little things on there for Employee Appreciation Week. We're going to do some stuff. I don't know how much I can say because I don't know what we've got exactly planned just yet. But
cool stuff, free stuff.
Yeah, on the wheel here, we've got some entertaining things that can be done. We've got some free things that'll be given out, stuff like that. So
gift cards, cash.
Yeah. So just little things like that that we're going to do on Employee Appreciation Week. So you guys can. Well, I believe we're going to do it live.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
That's the producer's job. I just show up and
the talent,
bring the jokes.
So, but that'll be something that we cover a little bit more when I believe we can give out all the information. I think we're a couple of days off from that.
Yeah. So pass that along to your friends that work here. If they don't watch this weekly, like some of you, I know Billy's one of our
loyal fans,
devout fans, and there's a couple other in there. And
Billy, for me to show you that, you'll have to spin it correctly. And then hope you have good luck.
Yes. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how we're going to do that, but next week I think we've got some fun interactive stuff to do, so to try and get some more viewers. If you guys would reach out to some friends and stuff, send them the link to subscribe.
But it's also for you guys, for the ones that have been with us too. So this is not just a ploy to get more people watching.
It'll just, the more people, the merrier.
Exactly. The more people to make fun of us and for us to make fun of you guys, that type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But just pass it along. I'm not one for, there's a few podcasts or videos I've seen over the years where guys are like and subscribe, and I'm not gonna force you. If you don't like what we have, then don't. But if you've got some friends you think would be interested, shoot them our information.
So I think this whole time that we've been doing this, I said give us comments, subscribe. Give us comments and give us stuff like that.
Comments,
but I don't think once I've said like commenters, anything like that. So,
yeah, like and subscribe. Click that like, and it's almost like it's just kind of like a ploy that I've seen in some of them, and it's like, when I'm watching, I'm like, no, I'm not going to now. Even if I did like this, I'm not going to because you
told me to.
Yeah. So there's ones I've seen. They're like, don't forget to hit the like, and it's like, no, if you like us, great. You can tune in. You don't
it's
have to
funny.
Subscribe.
There's when I talk to people about this, the whole like, comment, and subscribe thing, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Yeah. When I talk to people about this, you're either on one side of the fence or you're the other.
Yeah.
You're either perfectly fine with it or you're like, that's appalling. I'm never going to subscribe to your channel. I liked your content, but I'm not going to do that now.
That's usually me. And that's just because I'm stubborn. But my thing is, if you like it, watch it. The subscription part would be beneficial because we're not always at the same times.
Yeah.
So if you
sends out that little notification.
Yeah, it's a push notification that says, "Hey, these two knuckleheads are back on the air if you want to listen to them." And so that part's cool, but there's no point in doing something you don't want to do. But if you got friends you think would be interested in watching some of those reaction videos and interact with us at work, this is honestly, unfortunately, sometimes the best way for us to do it, just because we can reach so many people at once. So.
Suzanne, I'm going to say this. Congratulations. She goes, hey, guys, I'm officially Casey Mo certified.
Yep.
Fantastic. Those are
I
always the best news.
Process.
Yes.
I think I was.
A little bit.
Congrats. Well deserved.
Well deserved.
So it's a like I tell a lot of people, and some people that struggle with passing range, and that just goes to show people try and put an effort and sometimes just can't do it, and that's okay because we can utilize you elsewhere. But you should be proud that you've gone through our process, our pre-qual, our qualification, and then went on and graduated from the KCPD.
Not just that though, our FATS training.
Yeah,
well, for our armed, our
yeah.
whole orientation, but specifically for the armed to get through the FATS, the pre-qual, the Titan range, and everything, all of that is phenomenal and shows that the good effort that you guys put forward to work towards something like that. And it's amazing to see you guys finally get that certification. And
we
succeed.
know that feeling, that sense of pride. Then you should definitely feel that because it's not easy to do. We have. I won't say any names, but we were informed that there was a retired either chief of a local department that went through the KCPD process and failed.
Yeah,
it's a person that carried a gun for 30 plus years and qualified, multiple times throughout their career. And when they went to the KCPD range,
but that also shows how hard it can be.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you should be proud that you made it through that. That process, and there's lots of ways, and KCPD is there to test you, and we tell people a lot. They want to make sure that the streets they're protecting have people that know how to use a firearm, carrying firearms. So I completely understand their strictness. Sometimes I don't always agree with their implementation of their policies.
Agreed.
Consistency wise, but that's why we test you guys to the hardest level, because we know that if they are lenient 1 week on something. And those of you that have been there understand that sometimes they're lenient on things and sometimes they're not. I don't want to get in the weeds with that, but we test you the hardest possible to the highest level or the hardest possible degree, so that when you're there, if they are lenient on things, hey, it's a bonus. But if they're not, you're still prepared and more than ready for what they could throw your way. So, again, those guys want to ensure that their officers are safe when dealing with security in the field inside the KC metro area of carrying a weapon, and I can't say that I blame them. So just be prepared for when you guys go into that process, if you're going to, that they're going to throw some curveballs your way, and what we teach you will get you more than prepared and more than ready to successfully complete that course.
And like always, if you're getting ready for a range, Billy's got a recall here coming up in November, and if you ever have questions or anything like that, comments or anything, let us know. Yep. We're here to make you guys successful. We want you to succeed. So if you guys ever get in that point where you're a little worried about what's going to be on that or what they're going to have you do, ask. Yeah. When you go through our requals and stuff like that, we'll give you the same range that they do. But at the same time, it never hurts to ask. You're always welcome to say, hey, I just need some clarification on this, and we're happy to help you.
Yeah, as an instructor, that's one of the best, most rewarding parts of being an instructor is coaching somebody through a situation where, kind of brag on myself here, but we had a guy the other day, and I won't say any names, but he's a retired police officer that's coming to work for us, and he went through a pre-qualification for me just to make sure he's safe, can follow directions and stuff like that, and can shoot okay. And at the end of it, he went on and qualified for our qualification with my boss and informed my boss of some tips and pointers I gave him that he had never known before. And this guy's much older than me and has years and years more experience, but I was able to show him a few things that made him a little more accurate or a little more consistent as a shooter, and that stuff is like scoring a touchdown for me. It's awesome. It's really cool to see that, because that's why, and to kind of piggyback off what Coop was saying, the reason why I bring the story up is because that's why we do this. There's not an instructor that works for us, the four of us, that wouldn't tell you how much it means to see somebody struggle and then us mentor them and have them do really well.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to tell us, hey, I passed. We're going to find out, because we have to go through that process and implement your license and everything. But don't think it's going to bother us if you call and say, hey, guess what, I passed. Because we love those phone calls.
Absolutely.
It's much better than getting, hey, I can't make it. This happened. With shift call offs and stuff. We get bad news quite a bit, and we understand stuff happens, but we love the good.
When the good news happens, it's always good.
Yeah, and
it's always nice to hear.
We'll be there to celebrate with you. So, Suzanne, congratulations, well deserved. I'm proud of you. Everybody here is proud of you for doing that. So, again, not an easy task.
So, yes, take that cookie because you deserve it.
Absolutely. You're going to eat a cookie if you needed any kind of leverage.
Any kind of motivation.
I'll eat one for you as well. I will find one here.
Oh, no, that's all we need is you eating.
There's one in the break room.
There is. I think there's ice cream in there, too.
What?
No.
I didn't see any ice cream. I looked in the freezer. There was corn dogs, but no ice cream. Corn dogs, Jackie. Corn dogs. So, yes, good job, Suzanne. That's a great victory going into the weekend. I know we got some guys shooting next week. Usually every Monday, Tuesday is, I think it's only 2 days, right? Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, so Coop's got his recall coming up.
Yep, I do. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yep. Make sure you have your ammo, eyes and ears, and ready to rock and roll.
I have my own little bag for it. Keep everything I need.
Yep, that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
So
I just pick up the bag, take it with me to range, take it in the building.
Now we can start using Suzanne at KCMO Post.
Hey.
It's a double-edged sword of that. When you come brag to us, you did well, and we celebrate with you afterwards. We're like, all right, here's some shifts for you. No, I'm kidding. If you're not working this weekend, Suzanne, enjoy the weekend and celebrate.
Well, no, Helen, wait a minute here. No.
But also give us a call, because we do have open shifts. What else is there? Oh, I wanted to touch base with everybody that has gone through this transition with clocking in. 99.9% of you guys are doing a fantastic or a phenomenal job with this.
Phenomenal.
I know there's been some structure changes, and you guys have been really flexible. Everybody from our young guys that are really good with tech to some of our older officers that aren't as good, or even the older ones that are good with tech, and vice versa, teaching people how to clock in and out when you guys are going through shift change together. It has really made a difference in our ability to kind of focus on more important things than having to sit there and kind of, okay, did this person clock in, did this person clock out? And
I will say that I think that was the shortest time in between transitions that I think I've seen in a long time.
Where they just got
where it was just, there was one day, I think it was 2 or 3 days, there was a couple of less calls, and then it was like the very next day there was none. And I was like, oh no, something's gone catastrophically wrong. The phone doesn't work.
Yeah, this is too much good news at one time.
And so I go through and I double check the system, and I'd say a good 98% of everybody had done everything correctly. And I was like,
yes.
I sat there speechless. I was like, it worked.
Yeah,
it's working.
Yeah, we still have some issues with software, which is not anybody's fault, not even ours.
No,
that we have to work around, but that's just part of it. But when you guys have trouble clocking in, the one thing I tell everybody is we need you guys to punch in one of those ways that we've gone over in past videos, whether it's that number, whether it's your eHub, whether it's your win team, your Lighthouse. Do that, and then we can kind of then take the responsibility off of you as far as having that work in our system. So it'll say, well, I'm not punched in. As long as you made an attempt, I can see when you made that attempt, and then I can verify you are where you're supposed to be, and I will fix it. Which is much easier than me having to call you and say, hey, did you clock in? And they're like, no, it wouldn't let me. I just, non-verbally, we can communicate that to each other. You guys do it on your end, I'll do it on mine. We'll take care of you. So I appreciate everybody taking that change and running with it. And I think it's made some of your guys' lives easier, too. You know, this isn't always to make the administration side of things easier. We're always constantly thinking of how we could make some of our processes that are necessary, because security has a lot of licensing, it has a lot of other steps and processes that we have to go through
that are either difficult or long-winded.
Exactly. And so we are constantly, and I shouldn't say we, it's usually my boss and the bosses above us are constantly trying to troubleshoot and come up with ways to make things more seamless or make things easier for you guys in the field. And we are too, because we're usually the ones that suffer those headaches the most. Is like, hey, our guys are having trouble with this, and I hate seeing my guys have issues with something that really shouldn't be an issue. So then we take those up the chain, and those guys make the correct adjustments needed to, if we can make things a little easier for you guys. So, and that's another thing that this podcast is for. You know, I said bad press is fine too, as long as you have, you know, something reasonable that, you know, hey, I have to go to work today. Well, you know, everybody does. Well, mostly everybody does. But if it's like, hey, I'm having an issue with this, or this would be easier at my post. And so if it's something personal to a specific post, send that in an email. I don't want any of that posted on here, just for censorship reasons. But if you're like, hey, this could be easier, we are all open to that feedback. And that's the cool part about working for the people we work with or work for, is they love that feedback, because
good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, because then we can make efforts to make things easier for you guys. Because at the end of the day, you know, the hard work you guys put in does not go unnoticed.
No.
You know, and so we just want you guys to know that.
And that's a good transition into Charles had a really good question. How do we go about getting promoted? That's actually a phenomenal question. Phenomenal. And we're going to do that forever now.
I can tell you the way I did is I rolled up my sleeves and I just got after it. I made sure that,
so
I technically got promoted kind of quickly because of some situations I handled, but then when I went to patrol, I just showed it with my work.
I was going to say the best way that I've always described it to everybody is it's not, it sounds like I'm saying put in the work for it, but it's more along the lines of showing us that you're dedicated.
Yeah.
You know, there are going to be times where we might ask someone to say, hey, I need a double. We're really having a bad day right now. We really need the help. When you guys step up and you help us with that stuff, it doesn't go unnoticed. And sure, we might bump the pay, or we might give you a gift card, or we might give you a food coupon to one of the stores or something. Right. But that's not the only thing that
your
comes with
it. Your name
sticks
around the back.
Exactly. Your name sticks in our head. And so it's one of those things that will, when we see that, and it'll keep reminding us, we'll be like, you know what, this officer's been doing really well. Mm-hmm. We've got this position coming up. I think that they'd fit that spot.
Yeah.
Because of some of the work ethic I've seen, or because of the situations that you've handled.
Yeah, and to kind of interrupt you there, but what you're saying, and I think what I was getting at is build a relationship with the lieutenants.
Yeah.
It's one thing that Leon has talked to. Whenever we have guys going through range on a Friday, it's our longer range day because we're teaching and testing. And so on Fridays, we'll usually have some guys that need a requal, which means like what Coop's doing here in the next month, he needs to go recertify with KCPD. Mm-hmm. So he goes through Titan once again to make sure he's ready, and then moves on to the KCPD date. So supervisors usually do a shorter one. But anyway, I'm getting caught in the weeds here again. On Fridays, Leon would ask guys, and it was a great question to ask guys in front of some of our veteran guys with some of our brand new guys, and he'd say, hey, I'm giving you the floor for a minute in front of the new guys to kind of say, hey, what's going to make you successful here, and what are some challenges that you have, and how to kind of overcome them. And majority of the time, the guys that have been around for a long time and are happy with where they're at and do really well and move up, the first words that come out of their mouth is they say take care of the lieutenants, and they don't mean like cater to us. Take care of the lieutenants when we call you, is be honest with us and help us when we need it. And if you can't, just shoot us straight.
Yep.
You know, and just say, hey, man, I'd really like to, but I can't today. And
that's a big thing too. Is
we move on to the next one.
It's communication too. You know, a big thing of what we do as lieutenants is communication.
Right.
And so when we see somebody who's upping their communication game, and they're keeping in constant contact, they're letting us know it's being honest with us about what's going on. You know, all of that ties in together when we have a supervisor spot, a patrol spot, or whatever the case opens up. It's like, you know what? These 5 officers have been stepping up. Their reports are great. They've been helping us out
that's
with
another
coverage,
really good point, Coop.
and stuff like that. It's like, you know what? Let's talk to them. Let's see where their mindsets are, and let's see what we can make work.
Yeah, I do some of the report auditing, and so I can see the effort put in by some people, and you don't have to be great grammatically. You don't have to be able to write a novel. You know, and there's going to be errors, but I can see through some of those when someone's actually taking the time to really try and deliver the information that's needed in a report. And then I can see the people that really just guy came in store, guy left, maybe stole, I don't know. And it's just like that to me is a good tell. Even if you don't have a bunch of experience writing reports, if you've watched a YouTube video on how to do it, or you've taken the time to put in the effort that shows me, hey, this guy's definitely green, and what I mean by that is he's new, he's green, but I can see he or she's really trying to make an effort to do that. And another thing that catches my boss's eye, because he audits reports as well, is he'll say, hey, so and so has done 3 really good reports over the last week that I've audited and pushed through the client. Maybe kind of talk to this guy or gal, or reach out to him and just say, hey, how are things going? Because it's just a way to start that conversation of, we value you as an employee, which we value everybody, but we value your commitment and this little extra that you're putting in. And let's see if we can utilize that with some supervisory tasks. And that's kind of the way to cultivate that relationship with your supervisor. That's similar to what most of us have done as lieutenants, is when we got in front of the people that were above us, we let them know that we're eager and hungry for more work. And that's honestly what it comes down to. I've seen people through the years get a promotion, and some people, for whatever reason, I don't know where it comes from, they feel like they're going to have to do less work. And getting promoted usually means that we're going to rely on you for more things.
I think my favorite quote I've ever been asked when it comes to getting promoted, and it's getting promoted in general, not just specifically security work or something, but I've heard it in this industry, and I heard it at the industry I was before this, which was automotive. Because if we promote you, do you expect your life to get any easier? And I love the question, because you would think as the higher you get, the easier life becomes. But in all honesty, no, because I'm responsible for more. So maybe the workload gets a little less physical, but there's more responsibility on me. So no, it's a wash.
No, that's a good way to put it. I use this phrase quite a bit to guys that are in that situation where they're just like, man, this is a lot more than I thought it was going to be. And, well, we feel that you can handle that. And there's times where I'll joke around with the guys. I miss coming in on patrol overnight, grabbing my patrol bag, list of bolos or whatever was going on that night, my caffeine, and getting in my patrol car and just running my route. I didn't have to worry. I mean, other than dispatch calls coming in, I didn't have to worry about talking to clients or fixing coverage or conducting an investigation of an officer or of an incident. I didn't have to do any of that. And so when I went home, I could shut work off. Now we kind of carry it with us all. I mean, there's not a weekend we don't work. We're not always out in the field, but we're punching in. And we're part of a family here that we love doing it with, but there's times where I do miss that. So that's kind of the best way to explain it is, once you become a supervisor, you're kind of marrying
your life gets a little bit more complicated.
Yeah. And not that it's all bad. There's perks for sure.
Ortiz has a good one, and Billy and Ortiz both have good points. Showing them that you mean business, working working doubles at your post or other posts. And things like all of that stuff plays into it. So it's not just one thing.
Well, exactly, because I also want to touch base on that. There's guys that work for us that do their 38 or 40 hours a week, and they can't always pick up other stuff.
Billy, thank you for joining us.
But their consistency and their timeliness gets noticed. If we have somebody that, they don't pick up extras because they just can't, or physically they want to make sure they're good for their 40 or their 35 or 38 or 42 hours that they regularly work, don't think that we're just going to skip on by you because you're not working a bunch of doubles. That's not the case.
There's more than one factor.
The longevity of having somebody that consistent, we will find a good supervisory role for you. In fact, we just found one the other day.
Something I kind of want to get off my chest on this too is when you're talking about promotions. Everybody always thinks that, at least I've always seen, that a promotion comes with a title. I've had jobs with this company and in a couple of companies where promotion doesn't necessarily mean rank or doesn't mean a title. Maybe a promotion is more money, a better post, better hours. Maybe you're looking, maybe it doesn't come with a rank, but maybe it comes with a Monday through Friday or a Tuesday through Saturday that's an 8 to 5, or that it's a position that pays $22 an hour or something like that. So promotion comes in different forms, and it comes with it comes in different ways.
Yeah, he's got a good point. It's not always that you're going to get chevrons put on your shoulder or a badge or anything like that. He's exactly right. We have people coming in for new hires or orientation that they go through their availability with us, and they go, I'm Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And I go, where does that unicorn shift exist?
Right.
I worked 2 years overnights as a patrol lieutenant, and last I checked, someone coming in at entry level is not near the rank of a lieutenant. So we put in the work. Everybody else has to. And so he's got a good point. What I'm getting at is maybe you're working Thursday through Monday and working every weekend, and then we give you $1 pay bump and put you at a different location, or use you at a different client's location, and you've got that Monday through Friday kind of 7 to 2 or whatever that may be. That to me, sure, it's not necessarily a gaining rank, but to me, you're being promoted into a better position.
Yeah.
So think of it that way too.
It's all depending on what you classify as a promotion. But at the same time, a way to think about it too is when you're looking at some of these posts, when you go from $17, $18, $19 an hour, and you go to a post that's Monday through Friday at 23 or 22 or $23 an hour, in my eyes, that's a promotion because it's a pay bump with a better schedule.
Yeah, no,
like,
I'd be happy for that. You can call me whatever you want to call me.
That doesn't necessarily need to come with a rank, but if it's a better position, not just for me, but for my family, and along with a little bit more money, I'll take that. Devin, thank you for joining us today. LJ, I see you in there. Thank you as well. We appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out.
I think LJ came up and pointed his finger at me in the window. I think that was him. I don't remember who it was.
Diego's got a one. He goes, moving to 9,800 was definitely a promotion, and I love it.
Well,
and that's exactly it. You know,
Probably earned it.
He did,
Yeah.
and that's exactly it. You know, like I said,
I remember that incident or that situation where we were moving him over. Yeah.
And that's the thing is, sometimes, like I said, it's not necessarily, it doesn't always come with rank. Sometimes it's a better schedule, it's better pay, or, you know, it's something that gives you something that it's better than it was before. But, like I said, it's all how you kind of classify that.
Yep, and so just keep that in mind. That's a really long answer to the question, but what else we got over there?
Next one, Billy put in a comment a little bit back, and I'm not just kind of getting to it now. For those of you who who didn't get the update, Ashley is no longer with us. She has moved on to another job that is closer to home and fits her family's life a little bit better. We wish her well. She did a very good job for us. She left on very good terms. We do have a new person who has taken over the position. Her name is April. Eventually, we're hoping we might get her on the podcast and have her out to introduce herself.
Some of you might recognize her. She used to work here.
She did used to work for us in the past. She held a similar role.
She onboarded me.
Mm-hmm. She held a similar role back then as well.
5 years in December. I won't say your years.
So for those of you,
special day for somebody.
Yeah, it's so.
Just tell them. You don't have to tell them how many years you've been here.
So
Grandpa.
for anybody,
it's Coop's anniversary.
It's my anniversary.
Everybody,
God.
Wish him happy anniversary. Send him cards and Hershey's Kisses and lots of love.
No Hershey's Kisses.
Yeah,
I
those
can't
are
do
gross.
candy.
Who likes Hershey's Kisses? Yeah,
I don't know.
He's trying to lose some.
I'm trying to lose some of the extra.
Yeah, he's
but
better man
so
than me.
Today is my anniversary. Thank you for bringing that up.
It's Coop's anniversary. It's Coop's anniversary.
We're in 9 years now. Me personally.
Oh, he even told you the years.
Yeah.
9 years. That's a long time. That is a long time. That's
appreciate
like from when you're born to when you're 9 years old.
Yeah.
A lot happens in that amount of
and
time.
a lot has happened. You know, it's funny. Ryan calls almost, I believe, everybody on their anniversaries and on their birthdays.
That's the owner.
And he called me today, and we were talking about it, and he goes, "This is your 9, right?" And I go, "Yeah, it's my 9." And he goes, "Man, to think about where we were 9 years ago to where we are now." And I was like, "I know it's. I remember getting hired on, and the apartment complex I worked out in Lawrence, Kansas, 9 years ago, and to see where I was to where I am now, I never thought I'd get to this position. But it's been an interesting trip. It's been a fun journey, to say the least. And I can honestly say this is probably the one job that I've had the most entertainment at, where nothing has ever been the same every day."
Yeah, no,
and I think that's one of the reasons that some of us do that, is because it's different every day.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. You know, when I kind of came over, I was planning on transitioning back to the police department rather quickly, but I got sucked in by the Titan fangs. They're on the side of the uniform. They kind of look like fangs. No, I'm just kidding. No, I worked with KCPD downtown and patrol a lot, and just I didn't think that was going to be a good fit for me as a department, and the one I wanted wasn't hiring at the time. So I've been here ever since, and I can really see how the company started turning in the right direction.
Yep.
About 4.5, 5 years ago when I started. So
it's all you, huh?
Yeah. So.
But yeah, no. And considering it's a good comment. Consider where we'll be in 9 years. That's a good comment, and that's one of the reasons I stayed is because I saw some of the movements when I was an officer to where I moved to patrol and then moved into a supervisor role, and I started seeing some of the changes and I started seeing the direction we were going. And I was like, you know what? I want to be here for this because this is going to be good. This is going to turn into something that's going to be rock.
Well, and whoever said that, you couldn't be more right. It's like technology; it snowballs. So you remember, some of you that are old enough, when the first flat screen TVs came about, they were $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $12,000 just because the technology wasn't there to really mass produce them like they are now. And I've always noticed this, and I think it was my brother, somebody told me of a year in technology is like 3 months in a real year.
Yeah.
And so just how quickly things, advance when it comes to that type of industry. Well, we're kind of
it's kind of same here.
Well, because we rely so much on technology, and we're starting to implement so much technology. I mean, 9 years ago they weren't clocking in on.
I say
on
9 years
like that.
No, 9 years ago we never would have thought of using an electronic system to clock in.
Well, I remember when I got on patrol, it had been maybe less than a year since we had like notebooks. Of your logs, and then we had
you want to talk
computers
about
and tablets like.
I remember having to. I remember the only thing when I joined patrol, the only technology we had on patrol was a laptop to print our log sheet and a wand.
Electronic wand.
And that was the only technology we had. Everything was handwritten, and if your handwriting was bad, you had to stay over and rewrite it so that way your supervisor could read what you did all night.
Yeah.
And to make sure that your hits were done and everything like that. And so to see us now where we've got electronic tracking on all this, and then that way they can do all that. It's just amazing how far it's come.
I don't know what would be worse, the bad handwriting or the officers that use talk to text and don't audit it before they send it to me. That is.
Why do you got to call me out like that?
The bane of my existence. I mean, just because it's like a Quentin Tarantino movie. The report's like starting in the middle and then the beginning and then a little bit of the end and then back to the beginning, and it's like,
Devin, to say something to you, I really hope everybody's here 9 years. That's my hope as a supervisor, as a lieutenant, is that everyone who's here stays as long as I did.
Everybody that wants to make a career out of Titan has ample opportunity as long as they're dedicated and put in the work. We will take care of you. And I think most of the guys that have worked with us in the past know, we're not going to be as fast as some people want stuff just because we are having to manage.
Devin, thank you for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of your night and have a good weekend.
So just keep that in mind. And then there's people that are like, hey, I want to be here for 2 years, get some experience, and go to a police department or go to the military.
And you know what? We've had those officers that come in. They get a year experience, 2 years experience.
We will cheer you on all along the way.
Yep. And they go to a department. Some of my coworkers who I have a really good relationship with now still have moved on to law enforcement. And they work for a police department, and they're still some of the best people I know.
Yep.
They've been working for one of them has been working for a department for 4 years now.
I'll give Sergeant Byers a shout out.
Yeah.
I talked to him not as much as I used to because I'm not on overnights, but we used to talk weekly, and he was a corporal when I was here, and he went on to a couple different departments, and he's doing great, and we still stay in touch. Actually, I think he texted me the other day. I will take you up on that. We do need to go get a couple beers soon. Adult beverages soon. And not on the show, not while we're doing live.
Hey.
This is water.
It's water.
Just water.
Ortiz, that's exactly it. It makes it easier to stay when you have great people you work around, and that's a big thing too. Is why we try and help you guys out when we can, and when we take care of each other here at the office and everything.
Ortiz was my supervisor when I first started.
Wrong Ortiz.
Oh well, not that Ortiz.
I was everyone's supervisor when I started.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah. Well. Yeah.
I was Ortiz's first supervisor.
Yeah, well, you've been here for 94 years.
Nine.
Like
There's no 4.
From a Titanic movie. When did you start your journey here at Titan? It's been 84 years.
I remember back in my day. But yeah. But no, it makes it so much easier and better to deal with what's going on around you when you have people that you enjoy working with, and the experience you get from that. I mean, I don't feel like I'm coming to work.
Yeah, no.
I've had jobs. My last job I had before this, it felt like work.
Well, especially some of the stuff we have to do, which is deliver people bad news, and we know we're going to have to do that for 8, 9, 10 hours. It helps to do that when you have some friends/family members right around you. Now, I know guys out at post that are working, solo posts. We all had to put the work in out there to do that too. So don't think that you'll be stuck there forever. And those of you that enjoy
If it makes anyone feel better, and I don't know if it will, but you remember, he's exactly right. We all started there. I started in a post, Lawrence, Kansas, where the closest person to me, for Titan related, was a minimum of 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
We had one supervisor come out when the post started. He rolled up, handed me a book, and said, "Here's your SOPs. Have a good night.
Standard operating procedures.
Have a good night and good luck."
Yeah.
Handed me the book, got back in his car, and left. And I was like, "Okay, so what do I do?"
Yeah. That was like my patrol FTO. They're like, "Well, you were in law enforcement before. Here's your stops." I go, "Okay."
Okay.
Well, how does Titan want me to do? You'll figure it out. We don't do that anymore. So, luckily, there's a lot more in-depth FTOs now, and granted, technology has made that easier. So, we're able to get in front of you guys for those things. But just keep in mind that we all had to start somewhere, and so those of you that are eager to move up, it won't be long before we notice that eagerness, as long as you're putting it in the right lane. So
Entertain them for a second. I need to send a message.
I have to entertain you. So the Chiefs game last night, I would lie to you. I'd be lying to you if I said I did not fall asleep. I did. But the game was super exciting. It was a long day. It was a long day, and I was tired. Are you sending a message, or is that a video?
Message.
So I haven't
something.
seen the recap. I started kind of dozing off third quarter, which is crazy because of how exciting it was. But I just had run out of gas. So, but it sounds like we won 27-24 in a nail biter. San Diego, we always play tough, or they're always tough to play against. It was a nice. I imagine the home field advantage helped. The cool story that I saw out of that was the rookie, I think it was number 35, that had an 99-yard pick six, which is an interception for a touchdown.
Thank you.
Yep. And 99 yards is 1 yard less than the distance of the entire field, not counting the end zones.
That I know.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 100 yards, 99 is one less.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of math there. But that's
Most
a long
math
way
you've
to
done all
run.
day.
That's a long way to run a touchdown back. But anyway, the cool story about that was apparently he was working at Wendy's. You're not plugged in, are you?
No, we are.
Still there?
Oh, camera died. You should still be able to hear us. Give me 1 second.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the cool story was that now we're kind of like telling ghost stories in the dark, but the individual young man that's a rookie that had the interception, he was working at a Wendy's like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I didn't read the whole article. I just kind of looked at it as I was driving into work at a red light. I was not looking at my phone while driving, but he basically was not really sure where his next rent payment was going to come from, or along those lines that I think some of us in life have all been, to where they don't really know what's going to happen the next couple of weeks, and he's just trying to make ends meet.
Sorry about that.
No big deal. We look better in the dark anyway. So. But
it's so dark, so cold.
I really want to start telling spooky stories, but I don't have any off the top of my head. But anyway, long story short, the kid basically 2-3 weeks ago was not in the NFL, and then 3 weeks later he's having a 99-yard pick six. I mean, that's a crazy.
Diogo says he's starting to think that the Chiefs are a second half team.
It could be. Yeah, we definitely struggled the first half. Our first game, I mean, granted, we were doing so well, but it's a little early, Diego, I think, to say that we're a second half team. I think we did really well in the second half, which kind of brought us back. But and there's nothing wrong with being a second half team. It's just sometimes you have to make adjustments, and part of that is Coach Reed's ability to make those adjustments. In my opinion, he's one of the best, and his record shows, of making adjustments for a different look that the offense of the opposing team may throw your way. He's just very good at being fluid with what's going on. Granted, his coaching in the Super Bowl that we lost, I felt, was really disappointing because we knew we were down offensive linemen. We had like 2 or 3 guys out, and we knew they were going to blitz almost every down with rookie linemen. And I don't care if you're Pat Mahomes or not, if you don't have time to throw the ball, you're not going to get it to your receivers. And so I was really disappointed with that because we knew the whole week ahead going into the Super Bowl, and this is 2 years ago, 2 years ago where we lost, which would have made us back-to-back champs, and that was a year we could have done it because we had a lot of young talent. But anyway, he really didn't do what I expected him to do in those situations, but majority of the time he's very good at knowing what the opposing team is going to bring, what their strengths are. We knew San Diego has 2 really good edge rushers, and so I think he did a really good job of trying to keep those guys at bay and call plays that get the ball out of Pat's hands really quickly, and really try to utilize the run game. And I think we tried that in the first half and weren't as successful, so we switched up and made some adjustments. So yes and no, I would agree with you, Diego.
I need some horror music going on right now because he's killing me.
I threw in a few things in there that I knew you would have no idea what I'm talking about.
I'll be honest, I kind of just stopped paying attention about halfway through.
That's fair. The viewers enjoy it.
I don't know. Half of them left.
Well,
McFarland's on sports. We're going home now.
And I'll start my own sports podcast.
Out of curiosity,
we do have a football game tonight.
We do. When are we going to do some more information on this? Since I've got you in chat right now.
Who was that?
Kimson. Diego, at least you knew what he was talking about. Yeah, sports.
What did Diego say?
He goes, "It's okay. I knew what you meant."
Oh, okay.
So when can I give out some more information on this? Today and Monday. Ooh, I can give out more. Fantastic.
Show him the spinner wheel.
Okay, can I give him like a full definition of what this is?
Why is it padded on the back
so it doesn't move?
That makes sense.
Cool. So I'll give it out a little bit more. So we discussed it a little bit in the beginning, just kind of giving what it was. This is what do we call it? The Jeopardy wheel?
Spinner wheel.
Spinner wheel?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, there it is.
The Titan.
And the Titan Wheel of Fortune. I don't think we can say that.
Probably some copyrights.
Yeah, I take that back. I'm sorry. Spin one today. Give them. Spin one today. Okay.
Let's spin one.
So we've got. There's a few things on here. This is the spinner wheel is kind of for employee appreciation. There's a couple of different ones on here. There's a $50 gift card, 3 hours of range time with Leon, which is our chief of security. You must bring your own ammo for that. A pair of 511 pants, lunch with the lieutenants, cash out some PTO if you have some.
Wait, when do we get to eat lunch?
That's a good point.
Just kidding. We'll make time.
Or pie and admin. Ooh.
I'm pretty sure Mr.
And
Stout.
There's a few of them. There's a few of us that have signed up for it, and unfortunately, me and McFarland are 2 of them.
Wait, what?
Yep.
No, there was no.
I'm signing you up for this.
No, I'm allergic to pie.
I don't care. We'll find something.
All right, so we'll do.
So we're gonna spin one.
We'll do a fake spin for me. What do I win?
We can do a fake spin. No.
What do I?
Oh,
win?
please land on pie and on admin.
You can't move it. I was gonna land on this one. Cash out.
No,
PTO. Ooh, I've got a lot of PTO.
You don't. Yeah, but this isn't for you.
Dang it.
So this is we're gonna do. What's lunch? Yeah, exactly.
That's what I said.
I know. That's what I'm agreeing.
Huh.
So did he.
Who's he?
400 kittens, at least I think.
400.
I don't know who you are, so.
400 kittens.
Yeah, it's what. 400
That's
kittens.
actually kind of a cool name. 399 kittens.
What?
401.
So we're gonna do. I kind of really want to do one. Who wants us to spin this for you guys? Give me some in the chat. Let me know who wants me to spin it for them. We're gonna pick one person
That would
today.
be everybody. Whoever answers first, I feel like.
Yeah, whoever answers first. Wait for it. So once we get that spun, oh my god.
Who was
Well,
it?
that's 3. No,
first blue
D
one.
D. No.
That's so D Ortiz is in here now.
Yeah, I got a little hand up like yo.
You don't count.
Okay, no, you do, but I'm automatically gonna put it on pie and admin, and you can pie McFarland.
You can't do that.
I can. I just did.
No.
That's how that works.
It doesn't work.
It's
I'll
on
be
the
sick-
internet. It
I'll
must be
sick
true.
that day.
We'll just do it secretly, so you won't know it's coming.
Probably not a good idea. I carry a gun a lot of the time.
All right. D said yes. She'll take that. That's a win. That counts.
So I get a pie D.
No, you
Perfect.
get.
I'll bring the pie. I'm allergic to pie.
It'll be a secret till Monday. Ooh, I like that.
Who said that?
It'll be secret till Monday.
The pie and admin?
No.
All right, we're losing people here.
Anyway, so I'll spin it. D, since you were first in, we'll let you do that one. And
what? This is for the officers, not the supervisors.
she's an employee.
Still.
D, we're gonna skip you.
You don't see Ryan Smith going, "Hey, I want to see what I can give myself."
She's not a part of this though. All right, we'll do D, and then we'll do Diego. We'll do 2 today. D and Diego. You two,
Okay.
you two piped
Do
up
we even
first.
have this stuff ordered yet?
I mean, most of it, yeah.
It's like there's like 5.
I said we'll do you. Don't worry, we got you both. We'll do.
D getting upset.
Yeah, I got a mad face in the chat.
She's not automatic pie and admin.
No, it's got to be you.
If it is, it's you.
And unfortunately, McFarland gets it.
Pie and admins
Yeah.
on there.
We got to give him a chance. So
We'll see, maybe. Don't want it to mess up my hair. I don't have very much of it left.
so it landed on pie and admin. So it's gonna have to be
D gets to
McFarland.
pick.
It's got to be you though.
No, she can pick.
No.
Yes, she can.
No.
Yeah.
No.
There's Kyle in there. I'm sure Leon's in
I
there.
think Leon's in it.
Yeah. Who would not want
I think
to pie
Ryan's
Leon?
in it too.
Oh, and Ryan's in it?
Yeah.
D, you get to pick who you pie.
All right. So Diego,
She probably said Coop, didn't
she's
she?
laughing.
Oh.
So the next one is Diego. Diego, we're gonna spin yours next.
I didn't think we can do this. I guess we can ask
What
for
she said, do.
ask for forgiveness and permission. 3 hours.
3 hours range time. Ooh.
Write that down and sign off that we did it at 16:06, which
We gotta get going.
Diego, put that down and remind us. Send an email to the lieutenant saying that you won 3 hours with Leon at range, and we will coordinate a way for that to happen. It'll probably be a Friday.
Keep in mind with that though, you do need to provide your own ammo.
Yes. Now, if you can't do that, then we can work something out. But 3 hours with range time, you'll be out shooting the metal targets at range most likely. So it'll be kind of the fun. You can do the dueling tree, stuff like that. I might have to come out that day and help. Who
Oh,
knows?
no.
We might have to have some additional hands out there.
So, all right. So that's gonna cut it
Congrats,
for today.
Diego.
Diego, good job. You got yourself 3 hours of range time, and D, you get a pie McFarland in the face on Monday. So we appreciate everybody coming out.
Right, there's another one that says Pie Coop.
You're at 9,800 on Fridays. We'll make it. We'll get together and we'll make it work.
Yeah.
And we'll get you some time. Don't worry.
The coverage part you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, we'll take care of everything.
You won just for existing.
D's clapping.
Yeah.
All right, so we appreciate everybody joining us today. We do have to get because we've got some temp work that we got to go help with.
Yep.
So we appreciate everybody coming out. Again, let us know if there's anything you guys are questions, any comments, any concerns. Put them in the comments, like always. Again, if you guys come across any videos you'd like us to do a reaction to, let us know. Send that to us to the lieutenant handle, and make sure we get that. We'll go through all those.
I haven't seen it yet, have you?
I got a couple.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Okay, good.
They send them to me.
Yeah, just send him to Coop. He's the producer.
So we'll get those checked out, and then, like I said, leave those in the comments. I check those twice a week, same as the videos, just to make sure I get all those and we can get them all set up. I did get your email. Yes, thank
There's
you.
been some chatter there.
Sent me the videos or the
Okay,
video
cool.
requests. So I appreciate all that. We appreciate everybody coming out. We appreciate everybody in the field, everybody who's gone home for the day, and everybody who's planning to go in tonight. Thank you guys. We appreciate everything you do.
Yep.
We will see you next time. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy your weekend.
Be careful and stay safe
And
out
stay
there.
safe.